to the NewsX Sunday Guardian Roundtable. We're taking a look at the Lok Sabha list. The BJP has come out with at least 404 of the 543 lists at the time of recording. So we have a pretty clear idea as to where the BJP is, the kind of messaging, the kind of candidates they are putting up. The Congress is still, of course, lagging behind, but the Congress too is, has come up with a significant number of names. Also, the names that the Congress hasn't come up with are equally interesting. For instance, the candidates for Amethi and Raebareli are still to be announced. From the BJP's side, we are seeing a lot of the turncoats from the Congress have gone to the BJP. They've been given tickets, which also brings us to the joke. I think it was cracked by Sanjay Jha saying that Congress Nehru is now Congress Modi. He's also given a lot of tickets to chief ministers. A lot of sitting union ministers who came from the Rajya Sabha are being asked to contest. And a lot of loud mouths and people who created controversies have been kept out. What is the big ticket messaging from this? Is he trying to now focus on development and doesn't want controversies coming up in this next term? If so, then why are people like Tejasvi Surya and Anurag Thakur been given a ticket? These are some of the questions we're going to be discussing in today's show. Joining me on the program is Rasheed Kidwai. He's a political commentator, columnist, and an author. I have Sandip, Ghose, columnist, commentator, and Ashutosh. He's the founding editor of satyahindi.com. Ashutosh, you've been doing a lot of shows analyzing the list. So what are your takeaways really from the BJP's list first?
See, I do not know that it is fashionable these days to say this, but I feel that the BJP is not very confident of its victory in 2024, because I know there's a lot of propaganda, is going around with the BJP. A lot of propaganda is going around with the BJP is getting 370 seats and the 400 seats, something all that. But if you read between the lines, if you read the moves by the BJP. It appears that the BJP is not very confident, and frankly speaking, why? Because look at the few incidents. Like everybody and anybody who is accused of whatever charges is now joining the BJP. Look at the Janardhan Reddy. Janardhan Reddy in 2011, he was arrested in 9 CBI cases against him. Supreme Court has barred him from entering into the Bellary, Anantapur and other places, nearby districts. And this was the same man about Amit Shah has said, I will not, he's not welcome in the BJP. And today he meets Amit Shah and he merges his party with and all kinds of things are happening. Look at the Ashok Chauhan. See, Ashok, I can understand that Ashok Chauhan must be very nervous and he wanted to join BJP because there are certain cases. See, joining BJP is different, but immediately given a ticket for the Rajya Sabha. But this speaks volume about it. Look at the Sita Soren. And today she joins, and the next day he gets a ticket to contest election. Is BJP has a dearth of the talented people who can contest election and win elections? I don't think so. There are many people. So I think that something is happening. And then with the speed, the Income Tax Department is trying to freeze the Congress account. Why are you trying to make Congress invalid to contest elections? If Congress is so weak, Congress is led by a leader who can't lead. So these are the signals, these are the signs. And then,
what about the elephant in the room, Kejriwal's arrest? Ashutosh, you're not going to condemn that?
This is also one of the reasons, because other than these things, he had gone out of his way to accommodate, trying to accommodate Naveen Patnaik. He's going out of his way to accommodate Naveen Patnaik.
Naveen Jindal.
Nitish Kumar. See, Nitish Kumar in 2019 and Nitish Kumar in 2024, these are two different entities. He doesn't deserve more than 10, 12 seats. You speak anybody in Bihar, you will get to know. And now BJP has given him 16 seats. So this shows that the BJP is somewhere either nervous or not confident about coming back to power. And you also has referred about the Naveen Jindal. What is his big six as a political leader? What has he done for the Congress or other? He's not somebody that if he joins BJP, the whole world will shake and the records of the winning election will get tumbling down. So I think there is somewhere something is wrong with the BJP, and BJP is not leaving any stone unturned. The counter argument can be that the BJP is trying to get 363 seats, because that is to get 2/3 majority so that they can tinker with the constitution. I'm not buying that argument, because 263 is out of reach for the BJP, come what may.
So BJP is not so confident. Let's look at that narrative, Rasheed. He's Ashutosh has listed a lot of knee-jerk or maybe other well-thought-out moves by the BJP. For instance, giving the ticket to Naveen Jindal at the last instance. I had an interview with Bhupender Hooda just a few hours before that, and he was saying that we हमने Naveen Jindal से बात की थी because Kurukshetra had gone to Aam Aadmi Party. He wasn't keen on contesting, which of course is not correct, as we found out. Rasheed.
Yeah, so Priya, that's actually a very interesting part. What you're saying. See, all those who are contesting for BJP and have been benched, they had no choice. So it was told to them, communicated to them that this is going to happen, and they are doing it. So BJP has a very sense of purpose, whether they achieve the target or not. But each and every seat they are fighting in a very fierce way. They are having a lot of local consideration, as Ashutosh was citing example of Ashok Chavan. So basically, just to get some kind of foothold in Maratha votes, and remember in the context of ongoing Maratha agitation and all, whether BJP succeeds or not, that's a different story. So Maneka Gandhi contests and Varun Gandhi is benched. Varun Gandhi has no choice. So, this is a beauty of that entire script, and there are a lot of iron fist is there. See, so many MPs, sitting MPs who would have won very easily, they all, issued statements just hours before the name was sort of, dropped, saying that, they are taking this thing, they are not doing for active politics, etc. voluntarily, when we know these things are not voluntary at all. So the BJP has a sense of purpose, game plan, a design. Of course, the list looks very whimsical, but there is a method in everything. See, a lot of sitting BJP MPs in Uttar Pradesh have been, retained, because if they were not retained, the caste equation would have gone haywire. And a lot of experiment is also taking place in other places. You look at a BJP list of Bengal. Well, BJP has very little, to achieve, in the sense that they just want to create more and more problem. So I think each piece on a BJP chessboard has a role and move to play. And that's where I feel Kangana Ranaut is very important. She's there to unstabilize a lot of this, non-political elites in Bollywood, elsewhere and all. Remember, she is a popular actress, and she has a lot of shock value. And the best part for the BJP is she has a very simplistic way of looking at history.
What do you mean destabilize non-political elites? What is your hinting at?
We all know that, Kangana is a Modi's India new age movement, coming from a small town. She had a lot of problem with Johars and Roshans and Bachchans and Khans of Bollywood, that A-listers. Now these A-listers had a lot of comfort zone. Now she's going to destabilize. I will not be surprised, Priya, that if she's made a junior minister also, because as I said, it's not like a Congress choice of Govinda or a Sunil Dutt. I think Kangana has been brought in with to bring some kind of shock value in the BJP.
So is she going to play the role that Smriti Irani perhaps was playing? I don't know.
Much more. No. I think there are two very different characters. Smriti was a lot more, political, well grounded, etc. I think Kangana is going to do a lot of hit job and shock value. So these are the things we have to, watch it for. And a lot of people are going to be in trouble, because the BJP of this, making things difficult for elite. I think now Bollywood is also going to come under a lot of glare and scrutiny.
So new Lutyens in Bollywood also, not just Delhi. Sandip, your take, especially, can we lead with the Kangana theory?
Yeah, first of all, one comment I heard someone say, today's situation is very funny. All BJP politicians and leaders are constantly looking at their phones, praying that they get the call to saying that they got the ticket. Whereas Congress politicians are also looking at their phones, hoping that they don't get that call, because they know it's going to be a totally lose-lose proposition. And so therefore, Kangana, I'll come to that in a minute. I see this whole pattern, while Ashutosh's theory, I defer to his theory, though counterintuitive it may sound, that they may be not be confident, but irrespective of confidence or not confident, confidence or no confidence, BJP is moving in a very, very strategic way to ensure winnability. Okay, so I don't want to get into the numbers whether BJP can get 370 or 270, but they would like to ensure that even if they get 270, they have the best chances of getting 270 than lose a single seat lower than what they can get under the best circumstances. So that's the approach. Secondly, they are also playing pretty safe. You see, today, I don't know whether you've noticed, today morning, Dilip Ghosh got a warning letter for his comment against Mamata Banerjee yesterday. And this was, compared to what kind of comments had passed on election time, this was relatively, not so sharp, but still they immediately pulled him down because they don't want to make the same mistakes as they did in 2021, giving Mamata Banerjee, that local
The
pride.
victimhood.
Yeah, victim pride, etc. So this is what they're doing, as Rasheed and you were citing, all controversial characters being denied tickets. New people getting tickets, and here I'll comment both with Rasheed's point about Kangana. While, we think on very, very immediate terms, I think Narendra Modi and today's BJP under him look far ahead on all fronts. Like he has already got a roadmap and a blueprint ready on the economic agenda. They are also having in their mind what they want to have the kind of composition of the Lok Sabha for future, because they are not even stopping at thinking of 2029. They want to look beyond. And so if they have to change the narrative on the reforms front, they are doing certain things, and on the economic blueprint for which they need the majority. But at the same time, they cannot change the political narrative in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha unless they get certain people of a certain profile, and therefore also change the narrative by getting people who are younger, who speak in a different voice. BJP looks at succession planning. So while Congress is getting too worried as to why a sitting MLA or MP has been denied a ticket, they are looking ahead. And you see, there are also signals that people whom one thought were cast by the wayside, Rajiv Prasad Rudy, Ravi Shankar Prasad, they have been brought back. So in BJP, it doesn't mean that if you are if you lose a ticket in one you're totally sidelined. The people are there. So there is a very different kind of working over there. And I think they are playing safe. To take Ashutosh's point of Ashok Chavan, Nitish Kumar and all that, they're just trying to ensure. See, Prashant Kishore has said that Bihar, BJP has never been able to win on its own. So they're very realistic about the whole thing. But once they get their numbers, even as NDA, thereafter what happens, nobody can tell. Tomorrow, Nitish's party may get totally dissolved, and all these fellows may come into BJP, and BJP may be totally. What will happen to Ashok Chauhan or even Eknath Shinde's party, nobody knows. So those are sectoral scenarios. But today, they would like, in whichever way, alliances, combinations, whatever, to get those numbers. And as one of our common friends, Radhika Ramsheshan had told me, and I didn't believe her at that point in time. So Sandip, that time we were this was much before the state assembly elections, and one was a little jittery. He said, don't worry, they are working on a clear plan of beating the Rajiv Gandhi record of 404 or what. And that's what they seem to be doing.
Ashutosh, the BJP may be working to plug the loopholes. You said maybe they're not confident, but at least they've found the leaks and the weak points and they're trying to plug them. That could be one way of looking at it.
No, I didn't mean that the BJP is, when I said the BJP is number, that doesn't mean that the BJP is losing elections. I never said that. See, the point of difference is that the BJP is facing 10 years anti-incumbency. And no government, whether it is led by Narendra Modi or anybody else, that facing 10 years anti-incumbency is always the most dangerous proportions. And having said that, my point is very simple. My point is that the BJP wants a third term come what may, whether through with the help of Ashok Chavan or with the help of Janardhan Reddy, they are not bothered. And this BJP is basically not a Atal Bihari Vajpayee's BJP or the Lal Krishna Advani's BJP with a sense of morality used to define their politics. Today, the sense of power defines their politics. So if you want to have, unless you got 272, unless you got a third term, however morally right or wrong you might be, it will not make any difference. So that's how the BJP is moving in that direction. But the fact is that this idea of having 370 seat and the 400 seat, these are psychological warfares. Everybody indulges in. But today BJP is vulnerable. I'm saying this and not confident, that does not mean that they are not strategizing for the future. It's a party which is a modern party which believes into the robust feedback mechanism. So they must have got something from the ground that they need to tighten their belts. There are certain issues, and in between also there is a wheel within the BJP. This strategy, like the dropping of Dr. Harshvardhan, a Chandni Chowk candidate who never lost an election. It speaks volume that why he has been dropped, and Ashok Chauhan has been brought in. Can Ashok Chauhan win a seat in Latur? No, he can't. Nanded, can he win that? Last time he lost election, and the Congress party did so badly in Maharashtra, despite Ashok Chauhan and Prithviraj Chauhan, despite all the top leaders of the BJP, all the top leaders of the Congress party. So what I'm saying is that the BJP is smart. There's no doubt about it. BJP is a modern party. There's no doubt about it. But at times you realize that that the BJP has a very limited geographical reach. At least 130 seats in the South India, or including Punjab and other places, they are almost blank. See, the Akali Dal has broken alliance with them. Naveen Patnaik has broken alliance with them, and these are the two alliances which are supposed to be done. But why Naveen? Because they were trying to arm twist Naveen Patnaik and wanted him to get more Lok Sabha seats. And in fact, Odisha is a state where if the BJP plays well, there is a possibility that after Naveen Patnaik, they will be forming the government. So having an alliance with Naveen Patnaik over there was beyond my comprehension. And unless there is something wrong somewhere. So at the one point of time, you are conceding seats to Nitish Kumar. At the other point, you want to arm twist Naveen Patnaik through Pandian to get more seats for the Lok Sabha. These are the two contradictory things. I think we have to understand that. I'm not underestimating BJP, but I'm also not underestimating the people's anger and the dejection for the last 10 years of the BJP's rule. What has it delivered? Look, the Maldives have gone to the extent of throwing our soldiers. If our foreign policy had been so robust, Germany would not have been commenting on us. The America would not have been commenting on us. The China would not have entered inside us. And then Nepal is not too friendly with India. The Sri Lanka is not too friendly with India. Pakistan, forget about the Pakistan. So I'm saying these are the perception created by the rumor mills, and they want us to believe that they are getting 400. So I'm sorry, it is not a reality, and their first priority is to get 272 come what may.
Fair enough. And there are states like Punjab and Orissa, apart from the south, as Ashutosh has pointed out, Rasheed, where the BJP is on a weak wicket. I mean, I was speaking to the Akali Dal, and they were very clear that the alliance suits, not having an alliance suits them. BJP is not going to win. Their fight is actually going to be with the Congress, not even the Aam Aadmi Party. Which brings me to the other question. I'm going to ask Ashutosh this last, but I want first your reactions on this Kejriwal's arrest. Rasheed, do you think it is going to impact the narrative, election narrative?
Priya, as a student of Indian history, contemporary politics, I look at it as a sort of, opportunity and advantage for Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. If he is indeed sacked because he's trying to, function from jail, and there is a lot of, legal hurdles and administrative problems and all are there. If the BJP, in its wisdom, the government of India, removes him, sacks him, or, puts Delhi under some kind of president rule, etc., that is going to create a lot of problem and sympathy. Look at the Indian voter. Indian voter is also very, whimsical. When we are talking about Himachal and where Kangana is contesting Mandi, there was a great, leader there called Pandit Sukhram, who had done a huge telecom scam. He was in jail, but when he came out of jail, when he was in jail, when he came out on bail, he won from Mandi with a huge, margin. And Sukhram not only won once but twice, and then his son won. So every time Jayalalitha went to jail, she came out stronger. The same can be said more or less about Mr. Lalu Yadav also, that it did not adversely impact either the RJD or him being involved in this fodder scam. So this it may happen, it may not happen, but my assessment is that if Kejriwal is indeed sacked, then there will be an element of sympathy, how it will play out or not. One last point, Priya, that we were talking about Odisha and Punjab, etc. The key thing we need to remember that is the opposition, the India alliance is gaining very little. Because no matter what happens in Odisha, how many seats BJP gets, how many seats BJP gets, it's not a single seat is coming in India alliance kitty. And Punjab also, because the parties are different. So it is not going to, hugely
That's a good
benefit.
point.
This is the point I'm saying. And the chessboard, BJP is very sure-footed. Of course, they want to take the advantage BJP. If it's not advantage BJP and NDA, then at least it should not be advantage India Alliance or Congress. That is the bottom line.
Good point. Sandip, your take on the Kejriwal factor, and if you want to, comment on this, the other point that Ashutosh had point.
See, the Kejriwal factor, I see it in two parts. One is specifically Kejriwal, where he can benefit. Given the assumptions and all the factors which Rasheed said, Kejriwal's benefit would be limited to Delhi. But in Delhi, there is the other contradiction. He can benefit in Delhi only if Congress supports it. But Congress is totally divided. There is a huge dissonance within Congress. Congress won't allow him to walk away with Delhi on this plea for a larger national cause. And so how much of, Congress and BJP will play this out? All the statements of all Congress spokespersons, Ajay Makan didn't go there, all of that to say that till yesterday you were calling him a thief and today you are suddenly trying to defend him. And, if this was a state election, it would have been different. But in the Lok Sabha election, I don't know how much they'll be able to capitalize. Outside of Delhi, will the Kejriwal factor have an impact on the India Alliance? Will the India Alliance be able to leverage it with the narrative that, democracy is being crushed, this is happening, that is happening? I'm not too sure, because that will depend on variety of other factors. So you will get a lot of, noise on television and on YouTube, etc., about what's happening. And, in Delhi getting crushed, Kejriwal is also very good at grabbing headlines. But in terms of bottom line, what turns out, I have my doubts. And BJP would have certainly weighed, these are very, very high-stake moves. If they've played it, they will. And so you might find other linkages coming, like people are saying Kavita turning approver, and therefore some changing in Telangana or other stuff. Yeah, maybe some surprises in store out there.
Okay. Ashutosh, last word to you on the Kejriwal arrest. Do you think it will impact anybody else other than the Aam Aadmi Party? Can the Aam Aadmi Party sustain Kejriwal being in jail? Will it implode? And the impact on the India Alliance?
I don't know if the Aam Aadmi Party will implode, but Aam Aadmi Party will certainly find it very difficult to sustain itself, because Aam Aadmi Party is a party whose leaders have never worked without or in absence of Arvind Kejriwal since the Aam Aadmi Party has been formed. See, today, this is the greatest test, and this is the existential crisis. But what I want to say about in the context of whether it will get sympathy or not. See, if I know Arvind Kejriwal well, then I can tell you that Arvind Kejriwal is not focusing on the parliamentary elections come what may. His focus is the assembly elections 6 months down the line after the parliament elections. So he knows that in Delhi, despite getting 67 seats and 62 seats, he has not been able to win a single seat in 2014 and 2019. Anyway, in Punjab, the parliament elections, they lost badly in 2019. They got only one seat, that too up Sangrur, Bhagwant Mann, the chief minister, which they lost in the subsequent election within 2 months of getting the majority seats in assembly. So he knows that the parliament election is basically his Achilles heel. But assembly election, he doesn't want. The second point, which is important, is that Arvind Kejriwal wants his governments to be sacked, because he is wary of any other leader taking reins of the Aam Aadmi Party and then losing control. He is a control freak. He will not want control of the party or the government to be given to somebody else. I know for sure, because he has been he very reluctantly has given Punjab to Bhagwant Mann. Very reluctantly he has given that. He never wanted him to be the chief minister in that sense. But the fact today is that he's inside the jail. There is nobody outside who can run the party. So Sanjay Singh and Manish Sisodia would have been an excellent choice, but no. If Manish had been there, probably he would have risked giving him the rein. But today, what I see is that there's a tug of war between Arvind Kejriwal and the Modi government, and who blinks first is the most important thing. Whether the Modi government goes and invokes Article 356 and sacks, or Arvind Kejriwal resigns. If I don't think he's going to resign. If he had to resign, he wouldn't have said that I'm taking the government from here. So another 2-3 days is going to be very, very interesting. And because the Modi government has to answer the question that how can you let a chief minister who has not resigned to run the government from the jail? And for this, the BJP will not have any answer.
Okay. On that note, we can see Arvind Kejriwal is fighting the Delhi election, BJP is fighting the 2029 election, and I don't know what election the Congress is fighting or if it's fighting at all. But thank you so much for this conversation. We're going to watch this space and see what happens next. But thank you for now.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.